Hey everybody, Sirturmund here. So today I bring you kind of like a Targon Demacia Dragons pile. It's not all-in dragons because we're not playing Aurelion Sol, but we are playing Wounded Whiteflame, Shyvana, Screeching Dragon, Roaring Dragon Guard, and Dragon Shout, plus the Dragon Guard Lieutenant. So it's as close to dragons as you can get without outright playing Aurelion Sol. And then after that, we're also playing 3 Dragons Clutch, right? So literally 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 20 cards related to dragons, right? So, and then we are playing a support card. The rest of our deck is going to be filled out by Jarvan, Cataclysm, Single Combat, Sharp Side Pill, Guiding Touch, the usual stuff, Chain Best, and one Gifts from Beyond. So the usual stuff that you see in like the Demacia Targon piles, kind of just draw, buffs, and the strikes. The whole point of this deck is kind of playing like a mid-range Demacia deck, just like you have your Targon Yuumi deck, right? Instead of winning with like a big pantheon, though, you are kind of just playing more to use your dragons, playing more towards the level of Shyvana. Jarvan can come down to the field and present some surprise lethals if the opponent is not careful. And just kind of go from the overrun from the Dragon's Clutch can also be really good a lot of times. So you kind of just go from there to get to that win condition. Everything in the deck, I mean, it's okay. Maybe some things can be changed. Like the one Gifts from Beyond is more like a get out of jail card in case that I need something like lifesteal or need the overwhelm to be able to finish a game. The Chain Best can be really good because you can put the Chain Best on like the Wounded Whiteflame or the Shyvana even and protect from a lot of damage. Obviously, the Lieutenant can be really good at picking up units early on, and you have enough dragons to be able to trigger him really easily. Draw. Sharp Side get nerfed, but I think it's still pretty good in this deck, giving us 2 health, since our Fury continues making our health bigger and bigger as well. Cataclysm is just so good in combination with Shyvana, because it can level up Shyvana if she's not leveled up yet, and if Shyvana is already leveled up, then it can create a Strapping Strike. But it can also work if you have something with like Overwhelm. That way you can just finish up the game that way. And then the rest is really just our units, right? So interesting deck. I kind of like it. I mean, people keep asking me to post videos about dragons, and I don't think dragons are that great at the moment. So I think this is like the best that I was able to find. Again, it's a dragon deck technically with 20 dragon cards, but not full on committal that you're playing like Aurelion Sol and you're playing Eclipse Dragon. So it's kind of like a more low to the curve, more mid-range style than the late game that you have from ASO. But anyways, again, hope you enjoyed the games coming up soon. And remember, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe to us. It will help us out a lot. And you can stay to the end of the video where we usually go through the mulligan tips. Hope you enjoy the games coming up, and I'll see you all later. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Targon Speak. I would feel a lot better about Targon Speak if we had Aurelion Sol, right? Like, imagine how good it would be if we have Aurelion Sol right here. I think I'm okay. Since we have Shyvana, I'm okay kicking those out. Targon Speak is really good with Jarvan. Because technically, if we get like 2 Jarvans, right? It will summon both of them if one of them is discounted as 0. So that's not bad. This is not a bad hand. It is a little bit slow though. We can do Rune Dragon, Shyvana, and then have access to single combat. It is a little bit slow. Things that Targon picks reduce though is not bad. The good thing about our units is that they are stronger than the... Wow, since when did they play that card in Targon Speak? That's interesting. Wow, he just got rid of Aurelion Sol. Wow. Wait, does that mean he has a second one? What's more important than an Aurelion Sol? There's no... Wow. Wait, I'm so confused now. I don't think there's anything in their like there's no pick here that is worth more than Aurelion Sol. So that's actually pretty crazy that the opponent did that. So the O1 is okay. Fortunately, it does give the opponent some ramp. Shao came out a little bit too late because I probably want to do the Ruined Dragon instead of the Shao, to be honest. Because we can do Ruined Dragon into Shyvana. Unless we get the Wounded White. Alright, opponent is brick then. That's the only explanation, right? Opponent must not have had the Targon speak and was looking for the ramp. That's the only thing that makes sense here. Yeah, that's the only thing that makes sense here. Let's do the Shyvana. It's a little bit awkward because now we have the Dragon Shout and not dragons. Opponent could have Targon speak right here. It should be a little bit unfortunate. But I think that's okay. Because like we talked about, if he ever hits the Jarvan, he actually ends up benefiting us. Do we hit the ramp? Like, if they get Targon speak, is it still worth it to hit the ramp? I think it kind of is, to be honest. Although the single combat might be better off for like a Zoe later on. He doesn't want to give the Fury trigger. I don't know if the Fury trigger is really that important. Let's do this now. Now that the opponent did that, I'm willing to kill the ramp. And not let the opponent get even more ramp that quickly. Shyvana can level up here with another single combat. We can set up the Shao, set up the single combat to be able to kill anything that they summon. Losing the single combats is kind of rough, but every single turn that we attack with Shyvana, okay, well, we're definitely going to do the single combat now on the Zoe, right? This levels up Shyvana. Levels up Shyvana, so now Shyvana is giving us the free Strafing Strike every turn. I think I'm willing to do the Screeching Dragon first next turn, because I don't think I want to summon Jarvan. I don't know if I want to summon Jarvan. I think the Screeching Dragon kind of looks nicer to me. Get us a draw. Yeah, okay, yeah, I definitely want to draw now, because the opponent could easily have like... Yeah, it makes more sense to get the draw right now. Take advantage of this right now before the opponent is able to summon like a big 8-drop. Next, the opponent is going to have enough to do the Field of Rush. So there's almost nothing that we can do about it. We're going to have to just save the Jarvan for like a sneaky lethal play. He's going to do the Entomb. Sure. I guess he's going to have the It That Stares next turn. That's the only annoying part. Yeah, opponent's going to have It That Stares next turn to be able to kill the Shyvana. But is that a problem for us? I don't think it is. If it's It That Stares and not Field of Rush, I'm happy with that. Because we're wide enough that I think we can potentially kill the opponent next turn because of the because we'll be able to pull with the Lieutenant and attack with everything else, right? So if the opponent does exactly It That Stares to try to kill the Shyvana right here, we can do Lieutenant, Whiteflame. Okay. That I think that's better for the opponent than trying to do it the other way. The annoying part here is the Zoe. Well, the Zoe and also the fact that we're gonna have to actually block something. Huh. Yeah, the Zoe is kind of annoying. Because the Zoe forces us to have to block with something here. Because we take 10, and obviously we can't let this attack. Opponent should definitely attack. I don't know why they're holding back. Oh, well, I guess they're scared about Sharp Sight. They're scared about Sharp Sight. Why did we do this? Why did we trigger the Fader right now? If opponent didn't attack twice, there's no way, right? Okay. I'm okay with the 10 damage though. The Zoe is not a problem. Because we just open next turn, we pull, and have Jarvan kill. Have Jarvan, like we have enough for lethal here, just from our units. Jarvan is gonna pull one of them away. Opponent's gonna have to have the freezes or the stun or something like that. And I just don't know if that's gonna be enough for them. We can actually kill the Zoe right here by pulling with the Jarvan and then doing a single combat, right? But then leaving the Aurelion Sol alive is kind of scary. Leaving the Aurelion Sol alive is kind of scary. Oh, okay, we got that. We got that. Ooh. So it ended up working out for us because we were able to kill the ramp. So opponent only had a choice here. They could either do the field the rush or do the hit the stairs. Not do both. And obviously they won't field the rush, which I think is much better. So yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against... And I also just noticed that I'm 200 LP, by the way. But anyways, yeah, we're up against Caitlyn Ezreal, which actually is going to be very bad for us. Caitlyn does really good against the Demacia decks. So this is kind of awkward. The Sharp Side kind of seems good. The Dragon's Clutch also seems good. I just wonder if the single combat was actually correct. This is going to just die to like a Mystic Shot. This is not a bad card to get either. Okay, the Dragon Guard is not bad. It's not bad. The Dragon Guard is not bad at all, actually. It's gonna my make our dragons big enough that the opponent has a trouble dealing with them.
The world's a big place. Let's see all of it.
We just sharp side this, right? If opponent attacks, we just sharp side and kill the first Ezreal. Opponent will need to have like Mystic and Flock to kill it. This also stops us from dying to like Calling Strike. The only way opponent can kill the Dragon Guard here is with Scorched Earth or Mystic and Flock. If the Scorched Earth is used on a Dragon Guard, I'm completely okay with that. Wow, it's double Flock? Or I guess maybe setting it up for a static. That's not a bad idea either. Yeah, I guess setting up for static is not a bad idea. So what if we just attack first? What if we just push the 3 damage through? I don't hate this. I don't think we care about this, right? I think we can let that go and we just draw the 2 dragons. I think I'm okay with that. Like, that guy would have been nice, but it's not, like, important, right? It's not, like, game-winning. Not Shyvana is kind of annoying. But the other dragons are also very good, too, right? On their own. Okay, that's the first flash bomb, so we don't have to worry about one of them. One is deciding to pass, which... Am I okay with this pass from the opponent? I think I have to be, no? He's trying to see if we play the Shyvana. We don't need to play her. We just play the Wounded Whiteflame right here. Do the Dragon Lieutenant. Have 4 mana left to be able to protect against any spell. We can trigger the Faded right here. We let this go first, because if the opponent has a Flock, we can just Guiding Touch the Whiteflame and get him back up. So the opponent's probably going to have a Flock here. But we can counter that with Guiding Touch unless we literally draw into another Flash Bomb. Which is possible. Boom. Perfect. Didn't hit the dragon. So the dragon gets healed. He will need to commit another spell here to kill this. Static Shock. If that's the case... If we Pale, it's not enough. We're going to have to Pale the Dragon Guard. And if we Sharp Side, it will be enough though. Sharp Side is enough. Sharp Side is enough. But I kind of hate using the Sharp Side right here. If we Pale, we can push damage with the Dragon Guard. But where's the potential of getting another Flash Bomb? If we join to the second Flash Bomb and he hits this guy, then it is what it is. Oh, this would have been so good. This would have been so good. That would have completely stopped the Static Shock. Can you imagine if it was Shamebest instead? He would have gotten punished for that Static Shock. I wish I drew into that with the Guiding Touch instead of joining to the single combat. That's 2 flocks down. We lose the dragon anyways. I mean the rear guard. But this is exactly where we kept the sharp side, right? So that we could deal with Ezreal. If the opponent has thermal, we can still single combat as well. So the opponent has removal, we can single combat. Tribing would be annoying because Tribing still gives in a unit. So we just do this. At least we killed another Ezreal. We got Pale as well. I guess we got Sharp Side actually. We got Sharp Side, but then the Sharp Side meant that we still kind of losing, right? I think the single combat was correct, and just keep the Sharp Side for later. And that's the last of the Flash Bomb, so we can go ahead and do the Screeching Dragon. Baron is kind of annoying here. Yeah, actually very, very annoying, huh? What we can hope for is that the opponent decides not to attack with Farron on the open, and we can stun the Farron, right? That would be our best guess. If we can, people are not gonna play around Gifts from Beyond that often, so there is a chance that the opponent just doesn't attack with Farron, or like decides to develop first. Of course, opponent decides to attack with Farron anyways, so it's not gonna matter. Can we kill this guy? I guess it makes sense to always attack with Farron. It makes sense to always attack with Farron there, right? For the opponent. That was a risky guiding, by the way, because the opponent could easily have Scorched Earth, although we had a second guiding to protect it. Second Tribune here would be really annoying. We also lose the Jarvan. That's actually really annoying. Yeah, losing that Jarvan is probably the way that we lose the game. We needed the Jarvan to be able to kill the Farron, and to be able to level up the Jarvan, right? To be able to kill stuff after that. So now that we lose that, we're gonna have to stun that Farron just to stop it from attacking for lethal. Opponent still has 5 of the cards in their deck. We just hard roll though. We just hard roll and kill the Farron anyways. We have a way to buff this up to be able to kill the Aloof Travelers. Opponent will probably be able to kill this. Opponent always kills this guy, yeah. At least we still kill the Farron. Even if the Jarvan dies. That's 2 Jarvans down. This guy stays alive. We still have a Decimate. We do have some heal here. And we can join to the Shyvana potentially. No single combat is a problem. No single combat is a problem, right? So what about we thin out our deck first? Let's thin out our deck so that we could draw a single combat, because the Ezreal is just gonna kill us. We do have some heal here. Okay, double sharps is really good against Ezreal. A second Farron is also really annoying. Tri-beam is a problem. But I think if the opponent had a second big Tri-beam, they would have used it already. Let's play the Shyvana. Let's play the Shyvana right away. That way, if the opponent attacks, it's going to be leveling up the Shyvana. Remind me, how much... So originally this has 3 attack. We trigger faded twice, meaning that it would have gone to 5. So this actually gets healed up, right? Yeah. So this stops the Scorched Earth. But now we didn't do that guiding touch on the face. So now if the opponent gets like the burn spells, he wins. He could also have another Mystic Shot here to stop this. But that means 1 less Mystic Shot that didn't go to face. Which I think I'm okay taking that. He's down to 3 cards. We just play the Screeching Dragon, right? And we have blockers for both. The problem is that she's gonna level up if we draw another Flash Bomb. And of course we do. So we drew another Flash Bomb and it hits. He also hit the Shyvana. So now opponent will be able to do 1 damage to us right here. It's a little bit unfortunate. We still need to kill her right now. He can just Scorch Earth this whenever. Shyvana doesn't level up just yet unless we do the Dragon's Clutch. Which I think is fine. I think doing Dragon's Clutch is fine, right? He also didn't go face here. We can overdo the Gifts from Beyond. The problem with Gifts from Beyond... So the problem with the Gifts... It's gonna be Sharp Side, right? I don't want this dragon to die, and I also don't want Shyvana to die. I'm scared of doing the Pale. I'm very scared of doing the Pale, though. Because what if we join to another bomb? I guess we have to. Oh, that's huge. That's game winning. Because if the opponent summons another unit, we can Cataclysm now. Right. So both of our dragons survive. Shyvana levels up. We got 5 Classrooms in our deck. However, if the opponent gets greedy and taps out of block right here, so if there's someone like Caitlyn, for example, we can Cataclysm and win the game on the spot. Wow. Ooh. Cataclysm will literally win the game on the spot. That's a problem, though. We have 3, 7, 10. We have enough mana to do everything, right? 3, 5, 7, 9, and we have 10. So this is pretty good right here. Our dragons have Overwhelm, so the opponent needs to be worried about that as well. He's gonna try to go face, and he got it. That's what I was talking about, like not having the Guiding Touch and having that kill and do 1 damage was just enough to actually kill us. So, I wish, ooh, maybe we needed to stun it. Maybe we needed to stun the Caitlyn. Or do the lifesteal. But the lifesteal, I was scared, because we didn't have single combat, I was scared that if we did the lifesteal, we would have just lost to another Aragnar Sentry, right? So it's very scary, but yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Senna P&Z. So this is like a full control, which is pretty bad against our deck, I think. Because our deck doesn't really have a great way to deal with like control tools like Vengeance. And the Senna herself is going to be very annoying. Now, we do have single combat, so hopefully we can draw into that. Our units do get pretty big because of the Dragon Guard as well, which is pretty cool. We can always refill our hand with the dragons. We always attack with the Dragon Shot to show dominance. Gifts is not great. Gifts is not great in this matchup. I would have preferred the Lieutenant last time. The Lieutenant would have been really good last time. Oh wait, this is Go Hard. This is Go Hard. Oh wow, this is gonna be Go Hard mill deck, I guess. The fact that he has Foundry. Yep, it's gonna be Go Hard. And we're gonna be drawing ourselves some cards here. Now single combat is really good. Single combat is really good. Problem is the opponent is gonna have enough mana for. Wow. We're gonna mill ourselves. We're gonna literally mill ourselves because of the Dragon Shout making us draw right there. Let's do the Screeching first. This will level up Shyvana, right? Yes, this will level up Shyvana unless the opponent has Vengeance. Don't believe they do. Actually, they still have the mana for it, and they could also get it from the Financier, which should be kind of annoying. We do have a second Shyvana in our hand, though, so that's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's not the end of the world. Yeah, the Vengeance is annoying. Yeah, there you go. He got that naturally. We can let this go. No reason to commit the single combat right now, because we can just use it for later. This still becomes pretty big. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're gonna burn 2 cards here. Guiding Touch is good. We should burn the Guiding Touch. And we burn a single combat. That's bad. So burning single combat is bad. Burning Guiding Touch is okay. Opponent could potentially have the Go Hard already. They need 2 more. Actually, no, they don't have enough. Go, Pack Your Back is 5 mana, so they shouldn't have enough to be able to actually do the Go Hard right here. We have the Jarvan next turn. Yeah, he can set it up, but it's not going to be enough. We do the Lieutenant. I don't think the Dragon Guard really matters that much, so I'm okay without the Dragon Guard. We're going to have Jarvan coming down on the field as well. It's actually better for us to pull with the Lieutenant so that the Jarvan can get him damage like by himself. We have the Overwhelm plus Cataclysm combo for Shyvana later on. Problem is that we're not going to be able to level up Shyvana because we don't have another dragon unless we literally commit the Dragon's Clutch during our attack. Which is potentially the right play to do, but we'll see. Yeah, so we do this. This is presenting lethal already, so opponent's going to be forced to commit like a Vengeance, right? So opponent is forced to commit a Vengeance here on the Jarvan. Oh, really? So if we do single combat right here, is that enough? I don't think it is. What if we do the Dragon's Clutch and level up Shyvana? This is going to level up Shyvana. Our units are going to be big enough and they're going to have Overwhelm that the Cataclysm can just kill next turn, right? Because we have the Jarvan Cataclysm and we have our own Cataclysm spell as well. So at least we kind of force the opponent's hand right here. We are at 3-6. We're still going to burn 1 more card next turn. Opponent needs to have exactly Ruination here. Opponent needs to have exactly Ruination here. I guess Second Vengeance also does it. But Second Vengeance might not be enough because it requires the opponent to have to do an action. Packs? So... we lose the Jarvan, but it's okay because we have another Jarvan, by the way. That's why I didn't care too much. We can do the Screeching Dragon and have enough to do the Shame Best and Sharpsight if we need to. Yeah, there we go. This denies the heal. So now he can't kill the Shyvana unless he commits 1 more spell. If he has another one, we can do Sharpsight on the Screeching Dragon. And then we summon another Jarvan on the open attack and we should be able to win. Okay, I think we got through to him. Wow. So we single combat. So we have to single combat right now. Because we cannot let that Senna do a fast speed Ruination. So the worst thing we can do is let let her do a fast speed Ruination. In addition to that, we have enough mana that we can summon Jarvan and still have mana for the Cataclysm to finish the game if the opponent summons another unit. And there we go. Woo! We got that. That was fun. That was fun. But fortunately, opponent, your deck kind of just fell a little bit flat versus us, and the Pack Your Backs were just not enough punch. But yeah, GG. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Teemo Caitlyn. Now, I think we should have a decent chance here because we have some removal, right? Jarvan is very good. Gifts from Beyond is not bad because Gifts from Beyond can target their 3-drop. Maybe Jarvan is too early though. Yeah, I think Jarvan is too early. The Gifts from Beyond I'm okay with. Shao is gonna give us a lot of drop, which might actually not be good for us. What are we looking for then? Lieutenant? The Dragon Guard Lieutenant would be really good here. Yeah, Dragon Guard Lieutenant would be really good here. Especially because we already have a dragon. But again, oh, okay, I mean, Screeching is pretty good as well. If opponent is not playing Teemo right now, I think we have to just pass. We have enough mana to do the Calibrum into the Puff Caterpillar next turn, although maybe I want to do the Dragon Guard. Maybe I want to do the Dragon Guard. How... How bad is that to do the Dragon Guard and just have our units go really, really big? Dragon Guard is also a really good blocker into like Caitlyn. So maybe we don't bother with the gifts from beyond anymore. Now we just do the Dragon Guard, do Shyvana. The Shyvana is going to get an additional... Oh, yeah. Now, if they're putting attacks, then obviously it means that the opponent probably has like a Poke Stick or a Mystic Shot, so we won't be able to block with the Dragon Guard. We just have to rely on the Shyvana. Shyvana is going to level up next turn because she's going to hit for a bunch of damage. He should always hit the gifts. This is going to make this nearly unplayable, but actually hitting the dragon is not bad because he increased the cost by 2. So him hitting the dragon is also very good. Yeah, that actually pretty good. It said that we're going to draw a bunch here, right? Like I said, we can't do anything about this, unfortunately, because of the potential for like a Mystic Shot or a Poke Stick. So all we can do is just do this. This Shyvana is going to grow a lot. And then she's going to level up right here as well. Shyvana is a 7 out of 8. Opponent shouldn't have any way to deal with the Shyvana. And he needs to block this, giving us another Fury proc here because of the Dragon Guard. So now Shyvana next turn is going to be a big present. As long as we save 3 mana, we'll be able to use her skill. I mean, this is cool, but it's not doing a lot anyways, right? We have Cataclysm and we have exactly 5 mana next turn. So we can actually do Cataclysm and have access to the Shyvana spell to be able to stop whatever he summons. It's not a bad idea. He can never attack with Killing anymore unless he wants to just let her die. We're going to have the way to deal with 2 Teemos because we can do Cataclysm into 1 Teemo and have the Shyvana spell to kill the second Teemo. Next turn, we're also going to have Jarvan. Okay. I just pass. I just pass. I think this is a fine pass. Because opponent is in a position where like he knows that we play Demacia and we can have strike spells, right? Alright. Well, I guess we'll just do this. I mean, if you want to take this damage from Shyvana, be my guess. We still get the access to the free Strafing Strike. Jarvan is also going to level up here if the opponent blocks with the Caitlyn. So now Jarvan is going to give us a free Cataclysm every turn as well. He still does the same thing. I guess the only problem is that we lose the Strafing Strike. We have Sharfa for the Teemo. Shyvana becomes even bigger. Jarvan still levels up. So we get the free Cataclysm next turn. We still have Sharpsight for a Teemo. We only have 10 Puff Caps in the deck right now, so Arena doesn't scare me. There's a lot of value now that we get from Strike. Because every time that we do the Cataclysm on the Shyvana, she's gonna also create a Strafing Strike. So literally Cataclysm is giving us a free Strafing Strike every time that she attacks as well. That's a lot of generated cards. That's why I didn't mind that he did this. That's kind of annoying because he's gonna make us draw. He's looking for his outs. 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, we're gonna overdraw actually, right? The spell is gonna get created first and then our draw happens, so we're gonna overdraw by 1. Now, if Caitlyn levels up, that is a little bit annoying. Not enough. Ooh. Alright, she didn't level up, so that's pretty good. That means that we can do the Cataclysm on the Caitlyn. Now, is it better to do the Cataclysm on the Jarvan or is it better to do the Shyvana? I guess it's just the Shyvana. No, yeah, I guess it's just the Shyvana, right? Gives us access to the Strafing Strike. But then that means that we cannot... I don't think I'm ever using the Strapping Strike this turn. I think it has to be Cataclysm on the Jarvan. Hit the Caitlyn. No. We need to do it on the Shyvana. Because he's going to try to level up... Oh, wait, what? Wait, you needed to level up Caitlyn right there. Because now I just killed Caitlyn before she levels up. Now we just do this? I don't care how many flash bombs we get in our deck. We're never going to get enough to actually die. Now we have to be careful about Teemo. Although opponent doesn't have leveled up Teemo anyway, so even if we tapped out of the mana for Sharp Sight, the Teemo wouldn't have done that much anyways. So yeah, there you go. GG's. So in this match, we'll be going up against Vi Shadow Owl's Viktor, which means that there is the Atrocity deck that is kind of like Mono Shurima. Mono P&Z, so we gotta be a little bit careful about that. Dragon's Clutch is really good at guaranteeing that we draw our units. I'm just wondering if it's a little bit... No, we're gonna need it because we need the dragons for the Lieutenant. I'm trying to see if the single combat is actually useful. El Cascade might actually be good as well to protect us against a Mystic Shot right here when we commit to the Lieutenant. And single combat is... You know what? I'm gonna keep this all hand. Because we can draw 2 more with the Dragon Clutch. I think every one of these spells here is very useful. Fortunately, second Dragon's Clutch is not what we wanted. So that is a little bit annoying. But at least now we can do the Lieutenant without having to commit... without having to commit anything else, right? And I want to do Lieutenant next turn so that we have access to Pel Cascade in case that the opponent has the Mystic Shot. I think it's very important to kill this Ballistic Bot. Even if we sacrifice our own unit for it. I think I'm okay with this. Ballistic Bot is so important for them that this is a fine trade in my opinion. Let's just make sure that we thin our deck out right now. We can summon the Whiteflame next turn and have Pel Cascade backup to be able to save him. I guess if the opponent has Viktor, a Poro Cannon, then this will be a lot of damage. Oh, it doesn't do that way. In which case, is it just Shyvana then? No, I think it's still going to be the Wounded Whiteflame. I want to be able to have backup in case that I need to like Pel Cascade or single combat, right? That's fine. I'm not that scared of Viktor right now. Because we're going to have the Shyvana on the field. And Shyvana is going to become at 4-5. Challenger is kind of annoying, but again, we have single combat to deal with Viktor. We always do the Dragon Shot first. I guess we could have just done the Screeching Dragon instead of Shyvana, to be honest. To be able to... yeah, actually, it had to be Screeching Dragon. Had to be Screeching Dragon, but I kind of like the idea of making Shyvana level up right here. I guess we would have gotten punished if we went Screeching Dragon, so I'm kind of glad I did it now. Now, opponent still has access to Vengeance. He should, if he has Vengeance, he needs to do it right now before we buff this up. I'm gonna do this. If he wants to block, we can get both Viktor and Vi right here. So now we kill both champions. We lose the Shyvana, but both champions are gone, which is a big deal. We can always buff this up. Sharpsight needs to be saved until he does like Atrocity or something like that. Or, sorry, does the ambush combo. Chambers is so good then. Chambers is so good because we can stop. No, I like the Screeching Dragon right now. I like developing the Screeching Dragon right now. Opponent still has 1 card that he just got from the Archivist. But even if the opponent has like an ambush right here, it doesn't scare me. We have the Chambers to protect the Wounded Whiteflame, which might be the opponent into attacking. Yeah, I mean, the ambush is pushing 5 damage, but I don't think it's that big of a deal, right? I think I like the idea of going this right now just to trigger the Fader to make our attack a little bit better next turn. The only problem is that We might just die to the burn, right? I mean, we do have some heals, so that Mystic Shot gets punished by that. But I don't know if that's gonna be enough. Here we can 3, 7, not enough. We're gonna be one off from leveling with Shyvana unless we commit the Pale Cascade or the Dragon's Clutch.
It's not broken, just needs a little love.
Again, we have the Sharp Sight, so I'm not too concerned about this just yet. Can do the Dragon's Clutch right here. I think that's fine. I think this is fine, right? This is also pushing some overwhelm damage. Levels up Shyvana. We have the Sharp Sight to protect against a second ambush next turn. And we have Guiding Touch to protect against like some lethal plays. The problem is not having single combat to stop an Atrocity, right? So Atrocity will still be a very big punish for us that we need to be careful about. Opponent's gonna put this in the Ballistic then? Or is he gonna wait into a second buy? The good thing is that the opponent's not... Yeah, he's gonna wait until a buy. The opponent's not gonna have enough... Oh wow, we can just stun it. We can just stun. The only problem is this is burst, right? So that is a little bit annoying. I think we pass. We have Sharp Sight. Yeah, see, so opponent is gonna try to go for the lethal using the Vi. This is gonna be 4 mana. I think we're okay doing this, right? I think we can kill the Ballistic bot. Opponent only has enough mana for... Yeah, opponent only has enough mana. So okay, so he thought I was gonna stun the Vi. I was just gonna hit the Ballistic bot, make the opponent attack with their Vi. That way we can sacrifice the Vi and kill the Vi. That way we don't die to Atrocity next turn. Although we do have the Shyvana spell anyways to give us a single combat, but that was my plan. My plan was to kill the Ballistic bot and then block the Vi using the Sharp Sight. Even if we sacrifice one of our units, open attack next turn, our dragons have Overwhelm and Shyvana gives us the spell, and opponent should have had an out for that. But yeah, GG's. So in this matchup, we'll be going up against Fizz Lulu. Huh. Considering how bad of a matchup Fizz Lulu is into Pantheon, I'm guessing this is going to be very close, very similar to that. The Lieutenants are so good. If we had a dragon, I think I can keep one. Perfect. This is a better hand. I can keep one, but I couldn't keep both of them. Now, yeah, I needed to discard. I needed to send the second one back as well. Our hand would have been too aggro otherwise. Dragon Shout is nice because it's gonna count for the Wounded Whiteflame twice. I mean, sorry, it's gonna stay alive even with the Wounded Whiteflame. So it's pretty good. Their guard does get a little bit punished. The guard does get a little bit punished by Mystic. We might have to just straight up sacrifice the guard right here too, by the way. We don't have to summon the guard just yet. We can do this, right? We can block the Senna Urchin and then do the Wounded Whiteflame. So we can block the Urchin. Oh, that's even better, because by blocking the Urchin, it means that one of the Dragon Shouts is going to trigger the Fury proc right here. So now the Wounded Whiteflame is actually going to be an okay blocker. By having the Fury proc. Now the Wounded Whiteflame is not vulnerable to like get excited. So it actually ended up benefiting us that we were able to use one of the things right here. I'm okay losing the second Shao. The only problem here is opponent being able to pull and then push for 5. Push for more than 5 now. They're pushing for 7. Gifts from Beyond might be the way that we are able to kind of bounce back so that we're able to heal. Yeah. So that's a little bit annoying. We definitely want to do the Screeching Dragon next turn. Thinking Lieutenant is not bad. Screeching Dragon Lieutenant and have access to Cataclysm. We have Guiding Touch to heal a little bit. I would love to save the Cataclysm though for when we use... Well, no. We probably want to use the Gifts from Beyond on our attack. Because the opponent should have a way to actually stop this, right? The problem is going to be Yodeling Arms. So Yodeling Arms is a problem. Meaning that we probably cannot sacrifice the Lieutenant. Because I think we need as many blockers as we can. Yeah, because of Yodeling Arms, I don't think we can ever sacrifice the Lieutenant. We can try to pull this. This will still make it a decent blocker. If the opponent has Get Excited, we can do the Sharp Side. Single combat would be so much better. Because single combat would at least make us a little bit better into Yodeling Arms. But not having single combat kind of sucks a lot. Right? Because we have to attack here. We have to attack here no matter what. What we can try to do is just kill the mayor so he doesn't get like the cheap value and be able to like do like Fizz and Lulu for free and save all his mana. I think this is okay. Yeah, so opponent is playing like they have Yodeling Arms in their hand. They have triggered it already because they have Shurima, Bando, P&Z, and Bilgewater right here. So even though they didn't get the Fizz or the Lulu, because they got the Grumble Slug from the mayor, that was enough. But it's going to try to kill this guy. Interesting. We might have to commit the Sharp Side right here. We need the blockers. We need the blockers because we just died if the opponent is able to go too wide against us. My only concern here is that our dragons are not great blockers anymore against these Yodeling Arms either. He still gets to have a Fizz. We just lose. We just lose against Yodeling Arms over here no matter what, right? Especially now that the opponent also got this. We're gonna have to do the Cataclysm. So we're gonna have to do the Cataclysm so that we have, unless the opponent also gets a Pearl Cannon. If they get a Pearl Cannon, then it is what it is. But the Cataclysm will get rid of one of their units. And then we'll have enough blockers for everything else, right? Except for the Fizz. And then what do? How do we survive after that? I don't think there's a way to survive after that. Can kill the Grumble Slug because he has the most health. Again, this is going to force the opponent that if they have the Yodeling Arms, it's one less unit that we have to worry about. The problem is that my Whiteflame still dies to everything that his opponent's going to have. Yeah. Unless we do the Guiding Touch, but the Guiding Touch doesn't make sense. We could also do the Stun here instead. But I think I'm going to need that Lifesteal. So we do the Whiteflame and we lose all our units. We literally lose all our units. And don't really kill their stuff, right? And still take 6 damage. They still keep 2 units on the field. Yeah, this is doomed. We're down to 4 health and we don't have any more units, right? Yeah, this is very doomed, guys. Opponent could easily have the burn here. Oh no. So, wow, we can heal 4. We can heal 4 with the Wounded Whiteflame, and that's not going to be enough. Yeah, that's never going to be enough. I mean, we're playing this out, but like this is why this deck is so good against the Demacia decks. Like you just run us down. Unless you're playing like Scouts, right? Or like something that has a lot of low health. But this sucks. This is going to take me to 8. Yeah, there you go. Got the burn. That's the game. GG's. Ah, that was so depressing. Yodeling Arms, guys. It's a fun spell. Fun spell. Single combat could have given me a chance. Because I could have done the Cataclysm like we did and done the single combat to get rid of 2 attackers. But the fact that he did it this way is kind of annoying. But yeah, GG's. Maybe we needed to go after the Fizz. Take the chance. But it didn't matter anyways. Still I had enough units to kill us. But yeah, GG's. Hey, welcome back everybody. Hope you enjoy those games. I know this is a little bit something different, right? People like dragons. One way or another, people like dragons. So it's kind of fun to go play around with some of these underplay archetypes every now and then. Even though this deck really plays up very similar to like Pantheon deck, for example, without the big Pantheon to kind of finish up the game. In terms of mulligan, obviously Dragon Shout is really good because it will let you join to other units. I really like the Dragon Shout. I like the Lieutenant, at least one of them. If I know that there's some stuff that I want to remove from the opponent, I don't mind keeping the Wounded Whiteflame or the Dragon Guard. So Dragon Guard, Wounded Whiteflame, Dragon Shout, and the Lieutenant are usually my keeps. Sometimes Shyvana is not a big deal to keep her. If you have if you have Dragon Guard and then have Shyvana in your hand, that's also very good as well. Because that way you can threaten a lot of you can threaten Shyvana to get really big because of the Dragon Guard. So that would be my mulligan tips. I think this deck does okay against a lot of things in the meta. It just dies to the same thing that Pantheon does, right? So you're gonna struggle against your Lulu Fizz Auerelion, as you saw in one of our games where we just get rushed down too fast, and you are gonna struggle against Ezreal Caitlyn, right? Because Scorched Earth and the Flocks and the stuns, etc. So it kind of has the same matchup spread. So you know, maybe you just prefer playing Pantheon, but if you're tired of Pantheon, you can just try this version of Demacia Targon instead. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the games, and remember, if you're not subscribed yet, subscribe below. You can also catch us on Twitch at Twitch Sirturmund, where we stream 3 to 4 times a week, and you can also find us on Twitter and Discord. The links to those are both in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again tomorrow.